Hi guys, Piotr here. This is LiteFinance Global YouTube channel and greetings again from sunny Portugal. Is it going to be calm market or is it the calm before the storm when it comes to the crypto markets? Let's try to figure it out. Let's have a look on the few alts today. We are going to discuss top 20, few coins from the top 20, but when it comes to Bitcoin or Ethereum, we are going to make the separate video. All right, the first one is Ripple, and that's the monthly chart. So what is important, we were discussing quite a few times that as of now, the important thing is the bottom of this breakout candle being tested in January again, as you can see over here, with a little bit lower shadow, and market is trying to bounce from that, right? So as long as we are holding above this, the bulls got the chance to retest what? I would say the yearly open around 85 cents is crucial, right? So as of now, it could be that we are going to bounce between, let's say, 55 and 85, 30 cents, quite a wide range taking into the consideration what we've seen lately, all right? In case of the downside break, in case of this type of the break, probably the next target is around 40 cents and the next one, very next one, around 20 cents. In case of the upside break, in case of the move above the yearly open, right, medium long term, the next target is around $1, and then those upper shadows around 130, and finally 160 cannot be ruled out. So that's how I see the Ripple long and medium term. Let's have a look what we have on the weekly chart here. There you go, right? It's also clearly visible where we are. Where is this buying zone? Where is this buying zone when the bulls are trying to hold? The only thing, the only concern could be here is this, the lower lows. So in that case, what I would look for as a bull, I would look for some kind of the confirmation of the upside break, right? Because, okay, one thing is trying to hold this one, but the other thing is this move to the downside. I would look for the upside break through this trend line on a weekly chart, meaning that I would like to see the close above the falling trend line. I would like to see the close above 80 cents. That would bring us closer to the yearly open, right? And we might around the 80 after the weekly close above the trend line, after first retest of the 80, we might see attempt to pull back, but we are going to be above the trend line and rally from that. If you are a bear, then you have to wait patiently, because if you are selling right now, you are selling into the strong demand, right? You wanna rather see the close below that low, and as I mentioned, that might open the way much lower. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised to see them after the breakdown going as low as 20 cents. As of now, we are testing strong demand, and you rather want to wait for a failure, for example, on this trend line, right? You want to see some kind of the upper shadow and attempt to go lower, as discussed a second ago, and this type of the price action. Buyers are going to try to hold, and from the even short-term perspective, that could be quite good zone to try to do intraday trading as well. Finally, daily chart here, and what we have to be aware of from the daily chart is that particular breakdown through the level of 75. That's what I'm talking about over here, 70, 75. This is significant. So right now we've seen two lower shadows and market is trying to rally of that zone, but here this strong breakdown, right, we've seen through this particular zone over here, right, it's quite negative short term. So cannot rule it out, retest and attempt to go lower. So from the daily chart perspective, if you are a intraday trader, day trader, watch out for 70-75 as a supply, and when it comes to the demand, closer to 60 cents and even 55 cents short term. So that's the Ripple. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the BNB versus US dollar. All right, and let's start also with the monthly chart. Okay, pretty nice bounce from where? Again, from some kind of the demand zone, because I would say on the monthly basis that's our demand zone, and as you can see we hit that again, and right now we are trying to make the rally of that level, right? Where I think in the medium term, where I think is the supply, of course we are testing the midline of that falling candle, of the January falling candle, but I would say similar to what we discussed when it comes to the Ripple, I would say that again yearly open around 500, 520, that's where the supply may lie, right? That's where we might see some kind of the very aggressive supply. In case of the move above, right, I would say the whole white January candle could work towards in favor of bulls, and this type of the move to the downside around $160 to the downside after the upside break, it could lead to rally towards the most all-time high, right? That's how I see the things long term, medium term when it comes to the bulls. In case of the break and close below 320, the things might get ugly, and 200 as a first possible target cannot be ruled out medium long term. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the weekly chart on BNB, right? And again, attempt to break lower. We broke through significant 400 psychological level, right? And we retested 330. As of now, I see supply around 500, very similar to what we discussed based on the monthly chart, right? Through the downside, if we are going to make the turnaround, right? If we are going to make the turnaround, it could lead to the move and retest at least for now 280, and then as discussed on the monthly 200. As of now, cannot rule it out some supply around current level with the attempt to go lower like 1, 2, 3, right? Pattern. That could be the case. If you are a buyer, especially if you are a conservative buyer, then what you want to see, I would like to see the break through the yearly open and through the falling trend line, maybe retest and then rally towards the new high. All right, daily, there you go. We are trying to hold quite nice demand zone, all right, this particular demand zone, and as of now working well, working good. Now short term we have to take out 440. As of now I would say 360, 320 as a demand, 440 as a supply. In case of the upside break, that could equal to the falling trend line break as well, right? Retest and rally towards 680 could be intact. Very important levels are being tested right now, so stay tuned and look for some signals. And finally, Litecoin. There you go. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the monthly chart. All right. Well, plenty of upside shadows, some stop count, questions about the liquidity, but to the downside, what we are testing right now. Well, very similar to other projects, with a little bit of the shadow here. There you go. That's what I want to tell you. As long as we are below 120 on a monthly basis, because we might even create the upper shadow, right? That could be the case here. So I would be very careful, and I would watch smaller time frames. But because of the January break, right, through the important support, it seems bearish for me, at least towards 50, 60 on the monthly chart, with the supply, possible supply around the yearly open 150. Okay, that's how I see the Litecoin as of now. Only monthly close above the yearly open, only monthly close above the January high is gonna change this scenario. So if you are still being bearish when it comes to the crypto, Litecoin might be your choice. Let's have a look how it looks and check how it looks on the weekly chart. Very similar situation. We are testing some kind of the supply, as I mentioned, 150, 160 yearly open. That's where me personally I do expect this. That's gonna be the supply zone. So look for a little bit more rally, and then I'm looking for even 40 medium term. Again, only move above 160 might lead to rally to 240. Then we might see the stop count above 280 to 90 and reopening 320. That's the thing, but only above the yearly open, especially if we are going to close the month above this level. So finally, daily chart on the Litecoin. All right, attempt to rally after the breakdown. All right, attempt to rally after the breakdown with the lower shadows, hitting the supply as of now, right, building upper shadow. But again, I would like to see retest of the yearly open. That's if I would see on a daily basis, if I would see this type of the shadow, right, somewhere here, especially if that would be the yearly open, attempt to go higher, rejection, that would be my short-term signal to try to go short. That's also what is important when it comes to the bears. That's the latest weakness. So that's what they have to defend. In case of the market is going higher, right, this latest weakness might then work as a great opportunity to try to long Litecoin. For now, dark clouds here when it comes to the bulls, and if you are a bearish, that might be your choice. Do your own research, do your own homework. That's it from me. Have a great rest of the day. See you around, take care, and goodbye.